Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. This is Joe St. Egg Benedictus, just coming at you with a Bible review of a new Bible for a change. I want to give a shout out to my pal Mike and to all the visionaries and mystics out there. Thank you for joining me. The Bible we are reviewing today is the NRSVue New Revised Standard Version, Updated Edition, a Bible that I said I wasn't really going to get. Probably not going to use it for preaching or anything. But a big sale came by at good old Zondervan, and I took advantage of the sale. This particular edition was like, I don't know, a third off or 20% off. Anyway, it's a gift Bible, and it is, as a gift Bible, kind of personal size. It is roughly 5.5 inches by, let me see here. Let's see what it is. I may have to measure. Let's see, I have to take measurements because it doesn't have the measurements on it. Alright, so I know for a fact that it is, this is like the worst rule in the world, by the way. Never use a roller ruler. It's 5 and, let's see, 5 and 3/4, about 5 and 3/4, a little over 5 and 3/4, maybe 6. We'll call it 6, eh? By 9 1/4, okay? So 6 by 9, all right? Easy peasy. And it's only maybe about an inch wide. You can see it has the imprint there, Holy Bible, Hubs, Zondervan. This is your leather soft fare, so comfort print, NRSVue updated edition, lay flat, and it's leather soft gift Bible. There's a picture. Now, one ribbon. Talk about a few things. First, I told myself I wasn't going to buy a Zondervan because I'm not a big 2K Denmark fan for the NRSV. I think they did one edition. I had it and I reviewed it a long time ago, and I did not like it at all. And I actually sent that Bible off to somebody else who used it and appreciated it much more than I did. But they redid the NRSV, and I still don't think the NRSV comes close to nearly how nice the other Bibles are. And I just feel like something about NRSVs, both Oxford's, Cambridge, the whole kit and caboodle, they're just, for some reason, can't get the font right. I do take that back. The Oxford, oh, what's the number? I think it's like 8990A or something, or 8915A. I can't remember. But the Oxfords, the smaller Oxfords, are really beautiful. Cambridge is okay. But the Bibles that I get, you know, I just, the 4th edition, I don't know about the 5th edition, but the 4th edition Noab is okay. But for some reason, when Zondervan picked up the NRSV a few years ago, just haven't found one I liked. So I'm taking a gamble on this. It was cheap enough to do that. By now you have time to have read the back. So let's jump in it, shall we? All right, comfort print. I'm not opposed to comfort print versus leather, especially since I don't want to spend money for the fact that, one, this is a Zondervan, and two, it's an updated edition. Like I said, I'm not probably going to get into it. I know the NRSV like the back of my hand, and switching, you know, in this late in the game is just not something I have in the cards. It is very soft. Nice Holy Bible in the front. I like the design lines. I like the perimeter stitching. That is a good touch. Not many other Bibles have that, especially at this price point. Okay. It does not have gilded edging, which, I mean, I don't mind, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I wish it did. You know, I wanted to carry this around to read devotionally here and there. I have a plan for 2023. I don't really have, again, a plan to read this through other than use it here and there. But I would have liked to have the gilding just for the looks. It does have that one ribbon. We'll take that out in a minute. All right, let's see. So here's your presentation page. All right. Is this thing focusing? So dumb. Stupid phone. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Presentation page. All right. Got to get this back here. All right. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Very nice and clean so far. Okay, Zondervan. Let's see here. Printed in 2022, first edition. Printed in China. Again, that's Zondervan. You know, Zondervan's owned by like HarperCollins, so you are supporting a secular corporation when you do buy these. Although Zondervan's very good. By the way, it sounds like I'm very anti-Zondervan. I'm not. I just don't like the NRSVs. That's it. I mean, I love Zondervan. I love the NIV, the NASB, the rest that they do. It's fine. I'm not anti-Zondervan or 2K Denmark. I just don't like the NRSVs. But I'm giving this a shot because, again, it's what it is. All right, table of contents. Oh, look at this. You have creeds in the back. Apostles' Creed, Nicene Creed, Athanasian Creed, Chalcedonian Creed, Miracles of Jesus, Parables of Jesus, Perspectives. All right, so you get some extras. That's pretty cool. Not bad for a gift Bible. I was just expecting content and maybe maps. I mean, to the reader, why an update? I'll read that later because that'll be the first thing I read. Preface to the NRSV updated edition. So that'll be fun. I'll get into that later. Abbreviations for the NRSV text notes. So far, very clean, nice copy. Okay, and there we go. Very nice. I like the little cross and the little line here. Double column, as you can see, notes at the bottom. I do like how the notes are off to one side. And first thing I could tell you right now, let me get into just a normal page. The first thing I could tell you, two things. I like how it doesn't go in a gutter. I'm so used to using used old Bibles where the text kind of runs in the gutter that it's really nice and fresh to see lines that don't run in the gutter. I also like, although this is, 8.5 font, it said on the back, that you have room for the G's. The last NRSV I had from Zondervan, the drop G, the basement as they call it in penmanship, there wasn't any room. This one breathed a little better. I like how it's nice, crisp, white paper. Great text. It is line matched, by the way, but you really can't tell because the paper is pretty good, actually. Let me see. So if you lift the paper, you still can't really see under it. And again, it is line matched. I can tell that. Nice, bold headings, which I also like. Very clean. Good job, guys. I really do. I really do think this is great. Let's go to the we'll go to the poetry section. All right, poetry, you can get it right, wrong. Like you can see, there's like one word here, evil, Lord. So that's just preference of how you like that. But very clean, nice, crisp paper. Paper's not sticking together because there's no gilding. Let's see. You have the book, chapter and scripture of the starting scripture, and then the last scripture here. And then you have your page number. So let me see. They start the page numbers over, and nope. So pages continue through. Here's your ribbon. Ooh, nice ribbon too. Double-sided satin ribbon that matches the cover. So this is really nice. I gotta admit, guys, by the way, let me see. It is, it looks like it's, I don't know, I can't tell if it's sewn or glued. It looks like there's glue coming out of here, but that can just be from the, I don't know if you can see the glue there. That can just be holding down the tail band. So I am not sure if it's sewn. Oop. Yeah, I could see it is Smith sewn. Okay. So let me get back to my original point. For a gift Bible, which is kind of like an entry-level Bible that was under $25, I think it was like $19 or $22, this is really made well, okay? Points of really good production, okay? One, the paper is beautiful. The print is bold and clear. The white space allows the words to breathe. Again, this was not the case in the last NRSV I had. You have the perimeter stitching and the hubs and the imprint here. Leather soft, there's your ISBN. And a beautiful ribbon. Now, I'm used to Oxford ribbons, which are terrible. Okay, so where Oxford might get the font right, it gets the ribbons wrong every time. And it is laid flat, so anywhere in the Bible, it's pretty good. Again, I wouldn't preach out of this, even if I did choose the NRSVue, the NRSVue to preach out of, because the text is too small. I use a Cambridge where the text, the font is bigger. But guys, you did a great job, and I'm totally going to give you kudos. Again, sounded a little harsh on Zondervan. My complaints are not unique to me, of course, but really great work. Want to see the test is in 2 Timothy. If they split up 20 verse chapter 2, let's see. 2 Timothy, is it 2 Timothy 5? Oh no, Ephesians. Go to Ephesians 5 and see if they split up verse 21 and verse 22. The ESV, and some of its bias, splits up Ephesians 5:21 from 22, but 21 has to go with 22, or else you begin not with mutual submission of husbands and wives, but with a wife. All right, so let's see. Oh, it does. Bum, bum, bum. Notice this. Verse 21, being subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise people, but as wise, being subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. And then a new section, wives, be subject to your husbands as to the Lord. The right way to do that is the way that some of the older Bibles do it. Let me see here. Let's see. Just to give you an example, this is the New Testament Modern English by Helen Montgomery. So Ephesians, Titus, Ephesians. Let's get there, guys. Get there. Ephesians. Oh, I marked it. 5:21. Right? No, that's 6. I'm sorry. Wrong page. All right, 5:21. Notice how it separates 21 and puts it with 22. Submit yourselves one to another out of reverence for Christ. Wives likewise to their husbands as to the Lord. So when you split up 21 from 22, you get the fact that, again, these are input, and they make it seem like wives be subject to your husbands, or submit to your husbands. There's a text note. Greek lacks be subject. So wives to your submit or be subject. It says Greek lacks be subject. So what would you have in verse 22? Oh, I see. So you need verse 21, be subject to one another out of reverence, to imply that wives to your husband as to the Lord. How Montgomery handles it is, submit yourselves one to another out of reverence for Christ. That's verse 21. Wives likewise to their husbands as to the Lord. So she omits what is already omitted because in context to this verse, it makes sense. But the good thing is, the important thing is submit yourselves one to another. So the first thing to do is not wives submit to your husbands. The first thing is for each other to submit to each other, which is very controversial and very countercultural for Paul's day and age. And so, come on, NRSVue people, you should have known better than that and should have insisted on that. Everyone calls this the liberal translation, which is a bunch of propaganda crap from, fundamentalists in the 1950s and 60s. You can see right here, again, it might be the publisher, not necessarily it's not the translators. Translators just translate the text. But the publishers may not be in sync with the translators, and NRSVue people, take note. Write Zondervan. Tell them that they need to fix this riffraff. It should probably be, the heading should probably go in front of 15, so that all of it comes together and makes sense and makes it the countercultural text that God intended it to make in its original heyday. All right, so let's go back and see the features, shall we? Because I didn't know this came with extras. That's pretty cool. Revelation. All right, Apostles' Creed. Maybe Zondervan is doing this because of the renewed interest in Reformed creedal stuff. I'm not creedal because I'm a Baptist, but, it's nice to have it in the back. Not bad. It's nice to have a Bible with it, but again, I'm Baptist. We're non-creedal. So that's pretty cool. Miracles of Jesus. That's nice. I like that. Parables of Jesus. Perspectives from the Bible. That's pretty cool. So it's topical. All right. When others disagree with you, you haven't cheated. Things are going well. So that's not bad. I like that. And prayers of the Bible. That's pretty cool. So good. Again, as a gift Bible, you want a few of these helps. Promises from the Bible. Love that. Always love to stand on God's promises. And a reading plan. So that's pretty neat. Again, you get a little more in this than I get most of my Bibles that I get used and new in many cases. 60-day overview of the Bible. So let's see. This is not every chapter. It's kind of like a reading in parts. 30 days for beginning your walk with Christ. That's pretty neat. I'd like to see it at the beginning, but that's okay. That's just me. 30 days with Jesus. That's pretty neat. 20 not so famous Bible stories. 20 not so famous Bible stories. Fire and birds. God lays down the law. Miriam. A lot of numbers. You always get numbers when it's not so famous. Korah. Dathan and Abiram gulp. Miriam leprous as snow. I remember that one. That was a weird one. Balaam's donkey. Check that out. Can you see that? Balaam's donkey. Must have been a millennial or a Gen Z or whatever who did that. I don't know. Gen Z. Must have been a young person who did that. Ooh, look, notes pages. I like note pages. Let's see here. 30 days of promises, 30 days of knowing God. That's pretty neat. It's a wrestler, bestower of talents, lawgiver, maker of covenants. Not creator, guys. Genesis 1. That's all right. Note pages. Love note pages. That's awesome. All right. Nice line pages. You get about, what, 3, 4 pages of lines. That's great. So overall, for the price point, paper in the back, but it's a sturdy paper. It's not like a cheap paper. I wouldn't call it a cheap paper. Nice cardstock. Get the nice edging here. Good leather soft. For the price point, guys, can't beat it. I think it's great, actually. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of all this stuff. Boy, these guys know how to make a great Bible. Thank you so much for fixing the font, giving the words space to breathe. Got to work on the headings and some of the bias in that, but that's okay. Talk to you later. Like and subscribe.